In this episode, WWDC 2025. Liquid glass. Get used to it.
And on the flip side, we'll tell you how the NBA completely ruined the NBA Finals viewing experience for all of us at home. You always keep your ringtone on full volume, and a debate as old as time, is funnily a word? Mike, hit the music. Hello, all you man-childs out there. Hope you're ready to lock in for yet another episode of the Funny Business Podcast. Sabrina has done it again. We have a new song of the summer. It is 2024 all over again, just like it was last year. But it's time to pause, time to take a moment and reflect and listen to the Funny Business Podcast. My name is Matt. Alongside me, my best friend, my roommate for life, the groomsman to my best man. Mike, how are things?
Please, please, please. Let's listen to another podcast. And that concludes this episode. Thank you all so much for tuning in.
That was one of your worst ones yet.
I know. I had it and then I lost it. I mean, I at least got the please, please, please correct. So that's it's a win for me.
Yeah, that's half the battle.
Yeah. No, I'm doing great. The AC units are in the house. Or in the house. So, yeah, it's a hot one, but a good one. But past few nights, old white man talking. Past few nights, we didn't have to run the AC. So, but
that's always a win.
Yeah, but this episode's gonna be a hot one. Let me tell you.
Would you like to hear today's depressing stat of the day?
There's depressing stats of the day.
We have a new depressing stat of the day.
Like, we need to curate depressing stats in already a depressing world. Who is responsible for this?
I saw this on Facebook, so you can thank Zuckerberg.
Of course.
Yep.
Of course. Thanks, Zuck.
Mike, in our area, we have not had a dry weekend. That is a weekend with no rain. Would you like to take a guess?
I saw this somewhere. So what's the date?
What is the date? Last weekend, we did not have rain.
That would be May.
You're already incorrect.
April?
March 15th.
March 15th. You are kidding me.
We have had 12, and I believe this weekend's going to be 13 straight weekends with rain.
Wow.
What do we have to do? Like, who pissed off Mother Nature? How can we, as a podcast, bring summer back and stop the rain?
Why don't we just put an umbrella over the earth?
I like that. Yeah, I like that a lot. Why also... Yeah, why can't we just build a dome over Pennsylvania and then when it rains, just close the dome?
A suit of armor around the world.
Yeah. How has no one thought of this before? Like, they make domed baseball stadiums. They make arenas. Just make Pennsylvania an arena.
Dome.
Then put a sponsor on it. Somebody will pay for it.
There wasn't it like not like a crazy stat, but I'm trying to think of it. The Florida Miami Marlins. No,
I don't know what you're referencing.
Oh my gosh, the baseball team. Tropicana
Tampa
Field.
Bay Rays.
Tampa Bay Rays. Thank you. I know my baseball. They had a rain delay and like they made a joke about it. It was like the first time the Tampa Bay Rays have had a rain delay in like years because they've always played at Tropicana Field.
Yep, you nailed it.
And had a really a cover over the baseball stadium.
Yeah, we should just build a dome, and then here's the genius part. You make it solar, so it's basically like you're paying yourself like 5 years from now. Yeah. I think that's how the sales pitch goes.
Make Earth great again.
Something like that.
Mega.
Move on.
All right. You know what else is mega, Matt?
Why don't you tell me?
Apple.
That is, I would consider that mega, yes.
Yes. So, Matt, you know me, always keeping on the pulse here with all the updates, the new products. Mike Jobs, Mike Cook. Mike's cooking with updates for y'all on what happened with WWDC. Just to clarify, WWDC is all about the software updates, not about the product updates. That comes later in the month. Matt, I will say this. I did get a chance to watch the keynote. Pretty impressive. I hope you will find it impressive as well.
I have a question about the keynote before we start.
Go ahead.
Why did they make it like a high school graduation setting?
Go on.
So the video that I saw it looked like a screen that was like outdoor, and they just had like picnic chairs that people were sitting in. They all looked like college kids. Did they force a bunch of college kids to sit through this?
I don't know if you were looking at the right keynote, Matt. But anyway.
Well, I saw something about CarPlay.
Okay. So
which we'll get to.
We will dive deep into that. But traditionally what has happened with Steve Jobs back in the day was Steve would live demo all of the software updates. And ever since COVID, which again, fully invested in this, they've created a presentation via video, which is shot on iPhone and edited on a Mac, which I think is even more crazier based on what their production level is like with an iPhone. But then they bring like all like the tech newsies, the YouTubers, and put them in this like outdoor patio space and have a big screen up on the end, and almost as if it's a stage. So maybe that's what you're referencing a little bit. But originally it was all in a theater. Like they put them all in a theater and they made them watch the keynote of the software updates and new product updates.
Well, I'm excited to dive in. I haven't seen much.
Well, Matt, I'm going to confuse you already. What do you think is the next iOS update going to be numbered?
Well, I did see it.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
It's, hey, Mike, what's funnier than 25?
26.
It sure is.
So the iOS version that many of us currently have, if we have an up-to-date phone, is 18.5. They are now switching it to share iOS 26, iPadOS 26, macOS 26, tvOS 26, watchOS 26, and visionOS 26. So that way it's all caught up. And it makes sense because
with
the fiscal year.
Yeah, with the year. Yeah. Okay.
Right.
That does make sense. Yeah, I like
that. Matt, the way that Craig Federighi, which I will say, the last 2 years WWDC has happened. Last year they had Motley Crue's Kickstart My Heart. And then this year they had Rats Round and Round, which two favorite rock songs of mine. It was just very odd that both of them played in the past 2 years. But Craig Federighi confirmed this is the biggest design overhaul since iOS 7. iOS 7.
Wow, that's shocking.
So, Matt, they are now introducing what it's called liquid glass.
Oh, okay.
So think of it like a sleek transparency with layered depth and motion that reacts to how you move your device. So think of it like a crystal, or think of it like a magnifying glass. Matt, you're more than welcome to look it up and just kind of see what the look is. But I like to think of it as, you know, those like LED signs, like the tube signs, like things that like say open or like
yeah.
Kind of like that almost, like a little transparency, but like you can still like come up with like a solid color with that. What was funny was that they uploaded a video about liquid glass, their new style and their new look. But on the YouTube thumbnail, the play button was covering the G and the L of liquid glass, which when you looked at the play button, liquid ass.
That's got to be like the first thing they check, no?
Yeah. So mostly all of our platforms that you'll see, your Apple Watch, your iPhone, your Vision Pro, because I know you have one of those, Matt, TV OS, Mac OS, will all get this liquid glass redesign.
Okay, I'm here for it.
All right. So you're probably asking, what's new? So,
hey, Mike, what's new?
Thanks. Going through the phone, of course, liquid glass redesign. The camera app, simplified interface with photo and video tabs front and center. So you know how you always have to like swipe through like the 6 different choices? It is now 2 different choices, photo and video. If you want to expand into video, you can actually go into that more, but it's photo and video. No need to flip back and forth into the 6 different options.
I like that a lot. We're off to a good start.
Beautiful. Photos app, new tab layout for easier browsing by collections. I know a lot of people were complaining about the new Photos update. You included.
Sucks. It's so bad.
The phone app gets live transcription. So what we saw in the presentation is that if you are speaking with another person in a different language, it actually live transcribes and translates who is on the other side of the phone.
I wonder how well that's going to work.
We'll see.
Yeah.
That was the one I literally said to myself, I'm like, well, I wonder how that's going to work.
Yeah. I don't know about that one.
The phone now comes up with a hold assist. So let's say you are on hold. You can actually, when the iPhone listens and finds the music when it is put on hold, you can actually have an option to put on hold, and you can still use your phone without you being interrupted by your phone call. And then it'll actually notify you when somebody comes back on the call.
Oh, okay. At first I was like, you can always kind of do that, but that makes sense. I like the notification part.
Right. And if you're a little late, there's a voice that'll say, Mike will be with you shortly. Or the person who is on hold will be with you shortly. So now it's like Uno reverse. Like now you're on hold.
Yeah, checkmate, bitch. Now you're on hold.
I just hope that doesn't cause a lot of hangups because of people's lack of attentiveness to their call being on hold.
I think if it does, it's on you.
Yeah.
You're on hold. You got to know when it's time.
Matt, we're moving on to messages now.
Mm-hmm.
Custom backgrounds to your chat now.
Yep, I saw that. I like it.
In group settings, typing indicators. So you will see who in your group is typing in the group chat.
I've always had issues with typing indicators.
Okay, tell me more.
A lot of times it pops up that someone's typing and they are just not typing. I never get a message from them.
Ghosted.
Maybe.
Matt, the update also brings Apple Cash bill splitting. So that way you can split with the group. Instead of sending individually one, you can just split amongst each other in the group.
Okay.
All the stuff with the Genmoji, you can combine emojis using text and emoji mashups. And then your image playground, you could generate visuals using ChatGPT models.
Can you choose your own photo, like from your camera roll as background?
I believe you can.
Okay. I didn't see that as an option. It should be. I just wanted to confirm.
I thought to myself, what would be one of the instances where I can update it? And either Funny Business HR or my text messages with you, I want the Funny Business background.
Yes, we have to. We have to.
Moving on to CarPlay. Obviously, Liquid Glass redesign. You can now have live activities on your CarPlay.
What does that mean?
So there is, for instance, I'm trying to think of a live activity, DoorDash. I have a little thing that's like starting, going, like I can't really think of any other font besides DoorDash, or like your flight, like a live activity of your flight going. It'll actually show up on your CarPlay.
I like that.
Music app, there's lyrics translation, pronunciation guides, auto mix transitions. So now in Apple Music, it'll actually auto mix the song for you as if it's a DJ.
Okay, I think I like that.
Okay. And then with music, so that kind of transitions into music. With music, you can pin your favorite artists and playlists to the top of the app if people who are using Apple Music. They now kind of copied Spotify's album artwork, like album video artwork, to be able to kind of play full screen in that matter.
Okay.
Moving on, there's obviously a few new apps and intelligence. There is Apple Games app for those who use it. It's plus a play together mode to see which friends are playing. So almost like Discord almost. You're kind of seeing who's playing what.
Interesting.
Yep. Maps and Wallet. Wallet, you can put your passport ID in the your Wallet app. Not too sure about that, but obviously we'll let things cook. Maps can actually be predictive in your route. So it'll actually notify you in the morning based on your predictive route, if you have these settings turned on in particular, that there's a road close, there's a crash. It'll actually reroute you to a different way based on your regular cadence of your commute to work or wherever you commute regularly to work. That's
helpful. So like as you're getting ready, you'll get notifications saying like, hey, this road is closed. It might take you like 10 minutes longer. I like that a lot.
It also tracks like if you go to like Starbucks or if you pick up food, like it'll actually keep those in mind as it goes through.
Cool.
Matt, iPad OS. Again, Liquid Glass redesign. You can now basically treat the iPad like a laptop. So when you use apps, it becomes full screen. Now you can actually resize the windows. It almost looks like a desktop to me.
So you can use more than one app at once.
Correct.
Ooh,
you can do that already, but it's a little janky in my opinion. But like it certainly you can resize, move around, and replace all of your different windows on your iPad.
Really like that.
Cool thing that I saw was for podcasting, which I was like, oh, like an iPad with a podcasting? Yeah. So you could be on a call. So very much so like our Zencaster. You could be on a call and it'll record locally to your iPad and then upload it when it's done.
Oh,
yeah.
Like right on the Apple Podcasts?
No, right on the recording software that you're using.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It's very, very interesting. Yes. You can also select your input mic on what mic you want to use on your iPad if like you're recording something.
Okay.
And then you can actually, instead of you being on the app to export things now, there's actually background task export now. So like you can leave the app while something exporting in like Final Cut Pro, CapCut, all that stuff.
I like that a lot too.
Moving on, Mac OS, the new name, Mac OS Tahoe.
Oh, okay. Interesting choice.
Which I will probably continuously call it Mac OS Ho, because Chevy Tahoe, Chevy Ho. Anyway, that was weird.
that one didn't hit.
Nope, it didn't. So again, liquid glass redesign. It's an updated dock and menu bar, new look. Spotlight. Matt, have you used Spotlight on your Mac?
No. Do I have Spotlight on my Mac?
Yes, where you press space and command and that little search bar shows up.
I don't want to do it right now. I don't want to mess anything up.
All right. Well, Matt hasn't done that. So new design, action commands, quick keys, really just a big overhaul. Instead of just typing in words and hoping that you find your file or piece that you're working with, you can actually filter stuff. You can look at other things from text from other things. It is there. So your shortcuts app, if you have that on your computer, now gets a major redesign and a major overhaul. So like hoping for more pro users to like use it more intricately and all that good stuff. Everything that I mentioned with your iPad OS, iOS for your iPhone is obviously moved over to your Mac. You can do live activities on your Mac as well. Again, Apple Intelligence integrations, all that good stuff.
Okay.
tvOS again.
Oh, yes.
Liquid glass redesign. You can have profiles now if you're using the Apple TV app, choosing which one. You have Apple Music Sing. So you could use your phone as a microphone and use Apple Music and actually have like a karaoke session with your Apple TV.
That's kind of cool.
I was like, that's a right field, but I'll take it.
That could be fun for a party.
Yeah. Good times for a party. And then Vision OS, which is something that like totally not like we are in that instance, but they created spatial widgets. So that way you can put a clock in your space, but it looks natural. Like you can actually put a clock up against a wall, but it's actually Vision OS that's doing the clock for you. And then just obviously natural improvements and integration and collaboration with PlayStation VR. You can now use the controllers from PlayStation VR with your Vision Pro.
I didn't see that coming.
I know.
What else we got?
That is it. That's really the big stuff. Unless there's any other. Do you have any requests for Mr. Tim Cook?
Well, you missed one.
What did I miss?
Maybe the coolest one that Apple announced. It is in messages. It is in group chats.
Oh, polls.
Polls. Yeah.
Yes, polls.
Yeah.
Yes. My bad. You can now, instead of trying to go back and forth with texts, you can now create a organic poll. And if somebody doesn't like the choices, they can add another option for that as well.
Oh, I didn't see that part. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, I am here for polls. One, because it's going to make planning easier. Two, I think we all have a few group chats that the polls could get very interesting.
Ultimately, this liquid glass is going to be a new thing our eyes need to get used to. So I'm curious to see how everybody reacts to it and works with it. So see where it comes from.
I can't wait for all the people that are going to be so mad when it comes out. Because people, they're going to be mad because it's new. It's like when Instagram changes their layout or their app icon. People get mad for like 48 hours. And then you're like, oh, this is actually, you know what? This is good. We like this.
Yeah. And then why did my phone change? And it's like literally just upgraded your iOS. Like you did not change anything.
No, I have a question. What is the earliest iPhone, and I guess in my scenario, like earliest MacBook that can have this update?
I am aware that the earliest iPhone is iPhone 11. So the 10s 10s Max, the 10, and the 10R are unfortunately legacy models now.
RIP.
I am unsure about the Mac of I am pretty sure it's anything with Apple Silicon, but I will double check for that. Matt, your common thoughts, your thoughts.
I think I like when Apple changes the layout and the looks. I, for one, get excited, especially when you're not due for like a new phone. Like if you're someone that waits every like 2 to 3 years for your like contract to quote unquote run up, even though you still have to pay for a new phone when it happens, which is bullshit depending on what carrier you have. That it's like you get a new phone. Like you get some new layouts, some new designs. You have to learn a little bit. Like it's a little like not risque, but it's a little like it's spicy. I like that aspect of it. And I always think Apple does a good job of their new layouts and designs and everything like that. I'm always excited when it's a big update, just because like sometimes they don't do anything and it's like, well, you didn't even need to announce this stuff.
I definitely felt that with last year's keynote. Like it just didn't feel like there was enough. And then this year was just like jam packed with like stuff. Like I think they were just waiting. So Mac OS, MacBook Air with Apple Silicon 2020 and later, MacBook Pro with Apple Silicon 2020 and later, MacBook Pro 16-inch from 2019, MacBook Pro from a 13-inch 2020 with 4 Thunderbolt 3 ports, iMac 2020 and later, Mac Mini 2020 and later, Mac Studio 2022 and later, and then Mac Pro 2019 and later.
Damn, I'm out. Not in there. A MacBook Pro 2017 guy, 13-inch.
Your Apple Watches, obviously Apple Watch SE, the 2nd gen, Apple Watch Series 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then the 2 Ultras. An Ultra 1, Ultra 2.
How does CarPlay work? Is that like every CarPlay, or is it just going to be like new cars that come out?
That's every CarPlay. There's some that are more of a broader integration. I think like they showed a Pegasus. I'm too broke to know what that car looks like or what it is. But like they had like a full heads-up display, like your speedometer and all that was integrated with Apple CarPlay, all that stuff.
Yeah, I saw I think you control like the temperature in the car from CarPlay in certain cars now. I like that a lot. I don't see anything. I think last year I did shit on it a lot, like everything they did. I don't really have any complaints in this one. All pretty good.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts?
I definitely think they put a lot of effort into it being new. So definitely I'm excited to see this next. It's almost like it's kind of cool. It's like this next generation of like what we'll experience. I hope people will be patient and just some of the things. Like I think really what let us down last WWDC was Apple Intelligence. Like I think it just like it only was available in some phones and it didn't roll out all completely. It rolled out bite-sized pieces. I only have one device that has Apple Intelligence the way that it does. To have these new things that feel like are beneficial. Like I like sat there and I thought to myself, this is helping me. This isn't this weird thing that like just because we can do it, we can. Like a lot of practical things going through. I think the big one was the screening calls or like putting the calls on hold. You can do that. Oh, and then the additional thing is like how many spam messages that you get. You can now filter those messages. So you can have like your regular like main texts, but then you can also have like the spam texts and it won't clog up your phone as much as it does.
Yeah, it's like when you get a Twitter DM from those bots trying to get you to buy crypto, they go right into spam. They're going to pop up on your feed. What do you say to the people that have made the comments online? Because I've seen some of finally we're catching up to Android.
So I learned that Samsung actually, they make more money selling the glass that iPhone uses on their screens.
Oh.
Yeah. So like Samsung sells the glass for the iPhone screens. They make more money with iPhone's glass than they do make their own phones with Samsung. But
that's hilarious.
Yeah, it's like, really? I always have like this weird feeling when I see people with an Android phone. I'm kind of like, why do you have that? Like, I always want to know, but I never want to like dig too deep into that because that just turns into like a bigger conversation. To those who say like we're catching up to Android, we meaning like I'm Apple.
That's worse than like me saying we talking about the Yankees.
Yeah. Apple has always been ahead. There's a reason why people default to iPhone. There's only a few that default to Android, and it's either that they have this really weird reason why they want Android, or they don't get the hype of Apple. It's like, okay, all right, fine, whatever. I am always I am welcome to be super critical of Apple, but I think there was a lot of updates that created a lot of like, hey, this is gonna help me, or this makes sense. Not this like Apple intelligence. Like, we're just trying to catch up to the AI world of stuff.
I have a different take.
Go ahead.
I think they should get their iPhones taken away. The
who
people who have Apples that's like, oh, we are finally catching up to Android. You should get your Apple devices taken away. Go to Android then.
Have at it. Hypocritical.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, like if you don't like Apple that much, go to Android.
Yeah, why do you have a phone in the first place?
You know how Apple allegedly was like slowing devices down as the older they get? Those people should get their devices slowed down like extra fast, like 2 times as fast.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know what we have until it's gone. And a very good example of how this is coming to fruition. And like, I hate to sound so old, but like you look at like 25 years ago, we didn't have phones like these. Like, no, we didn't even have close to a smartphone at the time.
Oh.
And now we have all these capabilities. It's always like the joke. It's like you have all these capabilities in the palm of your hand, and like it's true. Like, yeah.
I was gonna say a stat because you mentioned 2025. It's more of a depressing stat than what I said earlier. But
Matt, what is going on with you with these?
I'm not credit me. I'm not gonna say it.
Okay. All right.
Unless you want me to.
Nope.
Okay. I'll save it for next week.
All right.
We're gonna slide on in the second half of the show with some Say What. I'll go first. I'll go my first one. Mike, we are in the midst of NBA Finals.
Yes.
Who's playing in the NBA Finals?
Oklahoma City Thunder and Indiana Pacers.
Good. As of recording, do you know what the series is at? Like, game?
They've only played game 1.
Okay. And who won?
Pacers.
Okay. The Thunder also won game 2. We're tied 1-1.
Okay. All right. I'm half right.
Have you seen any NBA Finals discourse?
Yeah, about just like the lack of fanfare, and there's no Larry O'Brien. There's no Larry O'Brien trophy on the center court, and the jerseys, and like the stadium isn't like packed and hyped the way that it should be.
Yeah, they've ruined the NBA Finals. I mean, to a degree, it is funny. However, like growing up, when we used to watch like Kobe and the Celtics in the finals, the court was awesome having a trophy on there.
Yep.
How do you not have anything that remotely resembles the NBA Finals on the court?
They don't even have the crowd involved either. Like, you used to remember like OKC and Miami Heat. Like, OKC literally patterned out their arena with T-shirts.
Well, they do that this year.
They do?
Yeah.
Except I thought it wasn't as...
No. So that's actually a bigger controversy. There's one season ticket holder who sits courtside who is refusing to put on the T-shirt, and like he is very adamant. He's like, I'm not wearing the shirt. I buy my own shirts. I will wear what I wear to the game. And I kind of want him to lose just because of that guy.
They're gonna blame him for not wearing the shirt.
I would. Yeah,
I would too.
Absolutely. Yeah, just put on the shirt. It's part of the fun.
Literally.
Did you see what happened in game 2 when they tried to add it back onto the court? Oh, you didn't see this.
They refused.
No.
They threw T-shirts on the floor.
No. So they digitally, to start game 2, they had mini emojis of a trophy on the court. Looked horrible. They were getting wrecked online. You got to Google it. Yeah.
I got to Google it.
NBA was getting wrecked online, but credit to the NBA because they listened to their fans, probably the most out of any sports league. At halftime, the emoji was gone, and they put the NBA Finals script digitally on the floor. Of course, sponsored by YouTube TV.
Oh, also I learned that YouTube is not having 4K for the NBA Finals.
Yes.
That's another...
maybe one of the dumbest decisions you could do. And I'm a YouTube TV fan. I will be getting it again for football season. But yeah, big time mess up by the NBA here.
That's the digital court logos.
Yes. Put on, it was literally like an NBA trophy emoji. It was so bad.
Literally looks like a third grader was in MS Paint and like slapped it on there.
That's generous, but yes, it's bad. just bring back the old design. Like, you don't have to fix what's not broken. Like, there is an NBA rule that once you get to the conference finals, you have to wear traditional uniforms. I like that too.
Okay. Yeah.
So just
March Madness does better with their like court. Like they literally have it for every bracket round. Like it's
you think? The logo is just March Madness on the center court. It's the best. It's just like brand. Like, I don't understand how that's not like sold. You could make millions off that. What do you say to the people that say that this NBA Finals is boring because Oklahoma and Indiana? And yep, go ahead.
I'm just very glad it's two different teams instead of a repeat.
Yeah, love it. And also, I don't care if the ratings are bad as long as the basketball's good. Like, it's gonna come out and like when the finals is over, be like, this was the least watched finals in 15 years. Who cares? Does that mean you didn't enjoy watching it because nobody else watched it? No.
But I think that's going to give the opportunity for people who've maybe watched basketball for the first time, like pick a team that's not like the Lakers or the Golden State Warriors. Like they're going to pick a team that they have an interest in because they're watching them in the NBA Finals.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%.
Matt?
Yes.
You know what I'm going to say.
I don't know what you're going to say.
Yes. I'm just gonna say what I said to you on Friday of last week.
Friday?
Yeah.
We didn't speak on Friday last week.
We did.
Spoke Friday?
Quote.
Did we text?
And I quote, I found them.
I don't. Hold on.
Oh, really? Back. I don't know sports, Matt, but you can't remember the last time we talked?
Oh, shit. Yeah. Damn it. I did not find them.
Well, I found them. I found the limited edition Pringles beer can chicken.
Yeah.
Flavored. It was quite funny. This was a very unusual time for Jenna and I to go grocery shopping on a Friday to our favorite place, which, by the way, we actually went grocery shopping after we got engaged. I think it was the funniest thing in the world. Just like casually grocery shopping.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Like you went from the ice cream parlor to the grocery store?
Well, we went from the ice cream parlor to our community group for church, and then we went grocery shopping. It was amazing. Literally your favorite date place. So there was a display in the center of like the aisle, and it said Pringles. And I'm like, you know what? Let me just check just in case. And literally out loud in the grocery store, I said, I found them. No regard to anybody else. I found them.
I love that.
Jumped. And I said to Matt, the f***ers hid them in a display. So like you couldn't see them up front, but you had to look.
That's how they get you.
Matt, I am unfortunately wanting to report that
No, don't tell me.
The hype of us trying to find these things for the last month and a half did not pay off.
Say it ain't so.
No,
you
I
tell
will
me
not
beer
go.
can flavored Pringles aren't good?
It kind of reminds me of the pizza flavor, but like a little less, in my opinion.
Oh, wait, what?
Yeah.
So does it taste like anything like beer can chicken?
I can't validate that comment.
Okay. On a scale of 1 to 10, one bite, everybody knows rules.
I have to give it a 6.5.
See, I think with that score, I would still have to try them.
I eat them. Like, I'm not saying they're bad. I eat them, but
yeah, it's upsetting. I still haven't found them. There's another like steak flavor one.
I haven't seen them yet.
Okay, yeah. I gotta find them. Find them.
I found them. That's out loud in the middle of the grocery store. I love my grocery store dates.
Yep, that's you do. It's a great place.
Oh yeah.
All right, my second one. This one, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this one. But I was at work the other day, and we had a technician in for something.
Technician in what?
Printing.
Okay.
His cell phone rang. It was Game of Thrones theme song.
Okay.
Great song.
Okay.
Here's where my say what comes in. You don't have to have your volume on full blast. you don't need it like at all, ever in the day, especially when you're at someone else's workplace and it goes off like 3 times and you're da 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 da. As I'm having a meeting. We don't need that. Just if it's in your pocket, just put on a vibration or just have it at half. Like half is plenty loud enough.
So you think I would disagree with you on this?
So you're a ringtone, like you have your ringtone on most of the time, no?
I don't.
I could have sworn like college, you always had your ringtone on.
No.
No?
Actually, wait. No, because why would I have it on when I had my Apple Watch?
Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. When we were in the apartment, you weren't wearing your Apple Watch, is probably what it was. So then it would go off.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
But if you're in public.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
This sucker was.
Yeah. And even if you don't have an Apple Watch, full volume, not needed.
Yeah. I don't want to say I'm not a fan, but I thought you were going to say something about like people choosing or buying ringtones for their phone. Like I've had a ringtone. It's Levels by Avicii. I've had this since like 2014 and I have not changed the ringtone ever since. I thought you were going to make a comment about that instead of the volume of your phone.
I gotta be honest, I don't know what my ringtone is. I think it's a generic Apple one.
Do you still have the ones that you dedicated for like each friend?
I don't know. That's a good question. How do I even look at this?
Go into the contacts and then you could see what type of text tone it is.
That's a lot of work. I'll do that later.
Okay. Yeah, I think people hard of hearing, like they need to have it full blast. I don't know. I'm trying to play devil's advocate here.
Half volume's fine.
Yes, half volume is fine. I not that this is a say what, but I had my family over this past weekend for a little get together, and I had to buy Miller Lite for the first time, I think, and God knows how many weeks or months.
Oh,
so that is today's drink of choice is a Miller Lite because it was in my fridge and I need it gone.
That's good. So today's episode is sponsored by Miller Lite, apparently.
Yeah. Well, funnily enough, both of my say what's were about beers because the beer can chicken Pringles has a Miller Lite can on it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Maybe that's what I need to do.
Did you say funnily?
Funnily enough. It's a word.
Funnily is not a word.
Funnily is a word.
It's funny enough.
No, funnily.
Funnily, Mike. Funnily cannot be a word.
Yep, funnily dictionary, Oxford
There's
language.
No
bitch.
way.
Funnily.
I can't even say it. That's crazy. I've never heard that word before. I thought it was just funny enough. Hand up. My bad. I said hand up. My bad. What?
What are you, Matt?
I'm sorry.
Okay, good. That's better. Thank you.
I forgot to turn my light on till just now on the podcast.
It's okay. I was kind of a half say what, another say what. I bought a piece of video equipment for the first time also in a couple years as well.
Okay.
It was like Christmas all over again, man.
What'd you buy?
A new light.
Oh, sick.
Yes.
That was a good segue I had.
Yeah. Oh, really? Okay.
How bright is it?
Oh, dude. 10% was enough at 10%. Wow. Yeah.
Wow.
Uh-huh.
Did you turn it all the way up just to see?
Yeah, of course I did.
Now, next question. Did you look at it like directly?
No.
I would have.
No. It's got a really cool softbox that you can put on it, and it has like all these different settings. Like you could turn it, like pretend it's a candle or pretend it's a TV. I'm going to use it primarily for like interviews because I have a lot of hard light, and it was like really funny comparing. I was going to set it up and show it today, but I was like, that's just a lot of work, and I got to pack it up. So it's packed up. I have a lot of hard light that I use for a lot of the podcasting and like the live streaming. And the difference between hard light and my soft light was just like pales in comparison to like production quality. But I'm cool with my hard light for little stuff like this. Quick and easy.
Yeah, it's always fun getting a new piece of like equipment, technology, just something you're passionate about. It's always fun.
Treat yourself.
Yeah, always have to. That was today's Say What?
Say what? What? All right. Beautiful. Thank you, Matt. Thank you for your time, your energy. We value on this team. We're like one big family, you know?
Yeah, that we are.
We are family. You can find all of our good stuff at beacons.ai/funnybusinesspod. Mr. Matthew.
Ish.
What is your advice for the good people, the co-workers of the funny business world?
My advice today, clean your car. And I don't just
clean your room.
I've done that one a few times. I don't just mean the outside, clean the inside. Oh, yeah. And I also don't mean just taking the trash out of your car, like wipe down your dashboard. I was on my way home today. Okay. I was on my way home today. I was very sexual. And
yeah.
Okay, that's enough. My dashboard is so dusty.
Oh.
I'm done. I'm done. That's the end of the show.
I'll continue.
No, just wipe down your dashboard because mine was very gross.
Okay.
That's all I got.
Beautiful. Excellent. Yeah. All right. That concludes today's episode. And until the next time, we'll see you all in the next episode.
Please stay safe, everyone.